Nitrosites. It's me, the Nitro General here, and today this is going to be the first episode of a brand new series on my channel called the Rant Room. Now, basically, what I'm going to be doing in each one of these videos is I'm going to be ranting about a certain topic, and yes, so that's basically it. I'm going to be stating my opinions on a subject matter or whatever it is. If you guys have any ideas, make sure to leave them down below. I already have a couple ideas for the first two episodes. I think two are gonna go up today. And as I feel like I need to express my opinion on other subjects, I will put more, or when I see any suggestions down there. But anyways, before I get into the video, there's a couple of things I want to address. Three things. One, I am sorry if I keep adjusting my glasses in this video. I know it might be a little bit annoying, but actually, one of the arms is pretty much broken. It's like glued on there, and it doesn't want to stay up on my face very well. So I just want to let you guys know that if I keep adjusting my glasses, that is why. So yeah. Second thing is that this is all my own opinion at the end of the day. Nothing I say in these videos is ever meant to, piss somebody off. Is not meant to be stating like my opinion is better than anybody else's. So I just want to get that out there, that this is, totally my own opinion. Feel free to leave your opinions down below. Just, try not to be rude and stuff like that to people other people who are commenting and stuff. I can take it, but there might be some other people who have different views, and I don't want to create a community here that is based off of mean or, controversial statements that people have made. So yeah, so feel free to leave your own opinions down there. But like I said, this is all my own opinion at the end of the day. So pretty much nothing I say in this video is, this series is going to be complete like fact. So a lot of this is just my own opinion. So yeah. And the third thing is that in some of these videos, I will be putting a little disclaimer in here right now for this video and the following series I make. Is that with this one I'm going to be talking about Nintendo, and with this next one I'm coming out, I think I'm going to be doing Marvel vs. DC. So I'm not trying to spoil any movies or any games or anything. I'm going to do my best not to spoil anything, but so I just want to get this disclaimer out there. I don't want people in the comments telling me, oh, I haven't played this game or I haven't watched this movie yet. So you spoiled it for me. That's not my intention. So I just want to put a disclaimer in here that if you really, 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 really don't want anything spoiled, I'm going to try my best. But if you hear me coming and talking about a topic that you, or like a game or a movie or something that you haven't watched or haven't played yet, just feel free to skip forward in that video, because I really don't want to spoil anything for you guys. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So, like I stated before, the topic of this first Rant Room video is going to be Nintendo. Now, I'm not going to come out here and say that I have been the try-hard Nintendo fan since the very beginning. I'm turning 20 in this year, coming up 2019. So, I was born in 1999. Any of the consoles that came out before I was born, I haven't really played games on those consoles. So I'm not going to come out here and say that I have played every game, I have played every console and everything like that. Really, the first Nintendo console I got was the Game Boy Color. I've had a Game Boy Color, a Game Boy Advance, and pretty much after that, I've had every Nintendo console they've released, except for the Wii U and the 2DS. But like, I've had the DS Lite, I had the DSi, I had the DSi XL, I had a 3DS, I had the 3DS XL, I have a new 3DS XL, I had the Wii, and I have the Switch. So I think that's all of the Nintendo consoles besides the Wii U and the 2DS that have came out in the last 20 years. So yeah, besides like the flashback consoles, I'm gonna talk about those. But yeah, so So from the beginning, and again, I haven't played like a ton of these Nintendo games. I've played, but mostly I played Mario. I played a couple Sonic games. I played Mega Man, and I played Pokemon. So basically, that is it. From like a side of like a couple other smaller games they've released. I've played, but so yeah. So anything that I'm going to be saying is probably based off of stuff in there. So, anyways, when I started playing Nintendo, it was the reason I love playing Nintendo versus console games is that you bought the console. Not only one of the biggest things is that I could take it around places. Most of the things that I had were big games that I could take around the places and play with friends and stuff like that, and not have to sit at home and play. But another thing is that I had a PlayStation, and for the while when I had a first play, I know right now I'm an Xbox guy. When I was younger, I basically played the games that my dad played, and he was a PlayStation kind of guy. So, I always played the stuff on the PlayStation like Spyro and stuff like that. I'm gonna be right back, guys. I'm gonna go grab a hat. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry, my hair was just being nuts. I just got out of the shower. So yeah. So anyways, when I played those games on the PlayStation, a lot of the times, there was other stuff that you could buy in the game, like downloadable content or expansion packs, or like deluxe versions of the games. And over the years, these games, this kind of stuff has become more popular. And up until the 3DS, a lot of times Nintendo didn't do a lot of that stuff. So I really like the fact that you bought the game, and when you bought the game, you got everything for the game. You didn't have to pay more money to do other stuff or to get other stuff. So, so that was basically because I didn't have a lot of money. My family didn't have a lot of money when I was a kid. So when I got a new game, it was a big deal. And when I saw, other kids or videos of, kids who had the same game, always made me feel better that they always had the same things that I did. But, as the downloadable content and stuff released, there were people always talking about, oh, yeah, I just got this downloadable content. I just bought this expansion pack. I got all this other stuff. And I'm sitting here like, well, I got the game, but I don't have enough. My family doesn't have money to pay for all of this extra stuff. So I always really liked the fact that Nintendo really didn't do that. Now, when they released games on the 3DS, there wasn't a lot of games that had DLC, at least not that I can remember. I know Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Did, but at that point, I hadn't really played Smash Bros. I ended up getting Super Smash Bros. Like 2 years after it came out, so I didn't bother getting the DLC for the game because I hadn't played it at that point. Before that, I hadn't gotten the game, and so I really didn't care about it. So that's really the only game that I know of that had DLC for it. I'm sure there were other games. Feel free to let me know down in the comments. But with this new Nintendo Switch, there's so much like this, guys. In almost every game that I have, there's some sort of downloadable content you have. Now, the one thing I do like is that within the new Pokemon games there aren't any DLCs, and as far as I know, there will not be any DLCs for it, so I don't have to worry about having to pay for that. But when I get a game and I see that there's DLC for it and stuff, because I didn't have money to pay for it when I was a kid, my family didn't have money to pay for this stuff. I always want to buy the DLCs, and I usually end up buying the DLCs or the expansion passes or the deluxe versions of the games in order to get as much as I can so I can play, as much as other people do. Because when I was a kid, I didn't get to do that. So now that I have my own money, I tend to do that. And the one thing I don't like with all these games on the Nintendo Switch is that they have all these, in-game currency. Oh, give us $30 and we'll give you enough in-game currency to get one item or two items. Or, like, oh, you give us $30 and we'll let you go to places that you've never been before. Like, like when you play Fortnite and you have to pay for V-Bucks. Or when you have The Legend of Zelda and you have to pay for the whole expansion pass. Because after you beat the game, there's so much other stuff you can do. But no, you can't do that unless you give us more money. Or with Super Smash Bros. And there's all these new characters that come out. But, oh, you can't get these characters unless you give us $25. And it just, it really irritates me. The one thing that I always loved about Nintendo games was when you bought the game, you got the game and everything in it. You didn't have to pay extra for all this other crap. And with all this other crap, I know that, they're competing with Xbox and PlayStation and I don't know, whatever other consoles there are that people use right now. And so they have to be able to make money. So they cost you all this other stuff. But one Nintendo game right now for the Switch is an upwards of $60 for a new game. Both Pokemon games that I got were $60. Both, like, Smash Bros was $60. The new Super Mario Bros that's coming out is $60. So all these games that they're super expensive, and then they ask you to pay, almost $100 to get all this other stuff for the game. so you pay, it could be an upwards of $40 to get more stuff to do in the game. So basically, like, I played the new Legend of Zelda, but I didn't finish it. I don't really play it anymore. I didn't really care for it that much. But but I noticed there was a $30 expansion pass for the game. They gave you all these items and other quests and everything to do. But it just irritates me that all they want to do is they want to get more money. And then on top of that, what they've done, which they have not done in any Nintendo console at all up until the Nintendo Switch, is they added an online membership. And granted, it's only $20 a year, which is cheaper than, Xbox, PlayStation, it's free. But I had a bunch of these. I had Mario Kart, and I've been playing online Mario Kart. I had Minecraft, and you can play online on Minecraft. You can do all these online and stuff and games, and you get on to do it one day, and Nintendo's like, oh, you want to play with other people? Give us more money. Give us more money, and you can play with other people. You mean I just spent $60 for this game? I just spent more money on amiibos or DLC content or expansion passes for your game, and you're telling me you want another $20 a year so I can play with other people that I'm not directly next to? Like, that really, really irritates me that they keep wanting more money. And see, that's what I loved about, Nintendo before, was that they didn't make you pay extra for everything. But they do with this new console. And, I eventually cracked down and bought the online membership, because if I want to trade or battle with a friend that's, farther away on Pokemon, I can't do that. If I want to play online on Super Smash, which honestly, if you guys have never played Super Smash, it's not really that much fun just to play by yourself. And if you don't have anybody else to play with, you want to play online. Nope, can't play online unless you give us money. Same thing with Mario Kart. After a while, it's not as fun just to race by yourself anymore or with a friend. You want to get on and play with other people. But Nintendo won't let you do any of that unless you pay $20 for one. That's just for one Switch. I don't even remember how much it was for a family membership, but a family membership is even more than that. I want to say it was like 40 or 60, but I'm not completely sure. But so it just irritates me that all Nintendo wants to do is just start charging you more for everything. And like I said before, one of my biggest things about Nintendo that I love was that you get the game and you get everything for the game. You didn't have to pay more. And I bought Super Smash Bros. And the girl was like, oh, you want to pay $25 to get all the characters? And I was like, sure. And then I was like, wait a minute, so you're telling me I just spent $85 on a Super Smash Bros. Game that I'm going to play for a couple weeks by myself, and then that's it? I'm not going to play ever again with anybody else online because I don't have the online membership. So I have to spend another $20 on top of that to be able to have fun and play with other people. So it's just, I don't know, guys. The whole basis of this rant is that all Nintendo wants to do nowadays is get more money from you, get more money from you. And as a kid, you get the Nintendo Switch and you see all this other little stuff. And I know this because when I was a kid, I saw all this stuff and I wanted it. But the difference is that I didn't have the money. I know all these kids that, like my cousins, my younger cousins have all these games and their mom just dishes out money for them to get this stuff. I mean, they probably spent almost $1,000 in the past few months on just Nintendo stuff. They want something and their mom gives it to them. Now that's not Nintendo's fault, of course. That's their mom's fault. But for just giving them the money and stuff. And I'm not saying that's bad, but what I'm saying is that they've spent so much money on it because all Nintendo wants to do is they don't want to let you do all this stuff unless you pay them. But I don't understand is that why should we have to pay for stuff that we've never had to pay for before? As soon as Xbox came out and you could play online, they had an online membership. Nintendo never did. You could play online with anybody without having to pay more. And they didn't add it in when the Nintendo Switch came out. They let you get online and see all the stuff that you can do online. And be like, hey, look, you can do all this stuff online. And you're like, oh, cool, what's this I can do online? And all of a sudden they're like, bam, give us $20. And you can do all this stuff again. But if you don't, oh well, all you can do is play single player. Oh well, give us $20. And that really irritates me. That I can't do any of this stuff. I can't get any of this stuff. I can't play as these characters. I can't do this. I can't be able to do this. I can't have this or whatever it is without having to pay extra money. So the whole, the basis of this entire rant is that all Nintendo wants to do is get more money from you. And, from as long as I've played with Nintendo, you haven't had to pay extra money for stuff. And I mean, certain applications and stuff like that you could pay money for, but that's kind of granted. I mean, you shouldn't be able to get all this stuff for free on the Switch or on the DS. You could buy different applications for it and stuff like that. So I get that. But what I don't like is that they're start charging you for all this extra stuff that they never had before. All because they need to compete with other stuff. And if they continue to start doing this, if they're going to start being like, and this is total exaggeration, if like the next Pokemon game you got to pay $5 for every Pokemon you catch, oh, you want to use Charizard, give us $5. Obviously they're not going to do that. I mean, I hope they don't do that. But if they're just going to keep making you pay more and more and more and more and more money to do stuff in games like they have been since the Switch has been released, I'm just no longer going to want to play any Nintendo games because I don't want to have to start paying all this for money for that. Because all they want is more money. But, so I don't really have very much else to say. I just wanted to kind of get this rant room video out for you guys, the first one. Now, again, I really, really, really want to hear your guys' opinions down in the comments about anything I said in this video. If you have if you have a different side, if there's something that I'm missing or something, feel free to comment down below. Just like I said at the beginning of this video, just don't be rude to other people's opinions in the comments. If there's people being rude, I'm just going to delete your comments or block you from being able to comment or whatever it is. But, so I don't want to create feel free to express your opinions, just do it in a peaceful, my opinion is the only thing that matters way. But yeah, guys, that's it for me. I don't want to make this video really long, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed the commentary, make sure to leave a like on this video. Make sure to subscribe. I do game reviews. I do, little views on different games. I do, rant room videos like this. If you have anything else you want me to do, make sure you leave it down there in the comments. Subscribe. Hit that bell so you know when I release a new video. But other than that, Nitrosites, that's it from me. So I will see you whenever I see you next. Peace.